remembering and forgetting. That's what we're talking about today. And my name is George Murichu. I invite you here on CITAM Church Online to engage in both of those things, contradictory yet very important. When I was much younger, I used our daily bread as a devotional. And our daily bread is such a powerful thing. It has a scripture, it has a brief sharing, and at the tail end there's a quote. And one of those quotes has stayed with me over the years. And it's a quote that says, Christians invite defeat when we remember what we ought to forget and we forget what we ought to remember. I can add a twist to it, a spin to it, and say that you and I invite victory in our lives when we remember what we need to remember and we forget what we need to forget. And a case in point is Joseph. Joseph does both of these things. He remembers and he forgets. He remembers the fact that God, his God, the God of his father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God who has walked with him, the God who led him into Egypt, that God was with him even when he was in Potiphar's house. He remembers the Lord. He remembers the Lord at different points in his life. But he also engages in forgetting. He releases certain painful, traumatic, earthquake events of his life. Genesis 41 verse 51 tells us that he names his son as a reminder to forget the afflictions of his yesteryears. Genesis 41 verse 51 says, "And Joseph called the name of his firstborn Manasseh, for he said, God has made me forget all my toil and all my father's house." The sorrows of his father's house, the afflictions that he went through, Joseph was able to release those. And Manasseh was a reminder to him that you need to let that be water under the bridge. What do you need to forget in this year? What are the things that you need to say, let bygones be bygones? What are the things that you need to release from your heart? Is it the pain from family, from friends? Are there heartbreaks you need to release? Are there things you need to recover from? Are there traumas that you need to say, Lord, in your presence, I'm letting go of this. And I'm praying that, Lord, it may not stay in my mind ever and always. But then Joseph names another child Ephraim and testifies to how God made him fruitful in the very land of his affliction in Egypt. And that's a beautiful picture of the other side of the coin, which is remembering. Remembering the faithfulness of God in the afflictions of our lives. You see, our lives are marked by all manner of experiences. There are joys, there are sorrows, there are highs, there are lows, there are mountains, there are valleys, there are wildernesses and there are oases in those seasons. You and I need to do that which Joseph models for us, to engage in both of this. Remember and forget. Remember that you invite defeat when you focus on what you need to forget and you forget what you need to focus on. I pray that you and I will live victorious lives because we let go of what we need to let go and we focus on the faithfulness of God, on the faithfulness of God who makes us fruitful even in the land of our afflictions. So today I'm inviting you, remember, and I'm inviting you, forget. Release and remember. And that's the pathway to victory. God bless you.